Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Southern Wealth. First of all, I wish you all a happy new year, and that 2024 is the most successful year of your life. So that's what I desire. This is what I hope you guys get, and very excited to have you here as part of the journey once again. Now, you already know, if you do enjoy the content, please consider dropping that like and subscribe. You know that it's the only thing that I really ask for. So let's start. So stocks didn't start that well this year. I think we are pulling back a little bit from all the craziness that we've seen recently. I'm not sure if the S&P ended up doing an all-time high, but I don't think so. We are very close, but not yet. The bond market is selling off a little bit, which is basically triggering the sell-off also in the stock market. As I mentioned, I do expect 2024 in general to be a volatile year. So brace yourselves for some nice, unpredictable movements. Now, you may have seen that Bitcoin is above 45,000 by quite a bit. As I've been talking about here in the channel for months now, 45,000 is something that we would like to see Bitcoin to be above before the end of January. And when I say above 45,000, is to be convincingly for some time above 45,000 and not, a little spike and come immediately down. That doesn't count, okay? Why do I want to see that? Because that puts us on pace with the previous cycles. That's it. So all the noise about military conflicts, about high interest rates, about, the Fed is not printing money. Well, guess what? Apparently, we are following the same schedule. Now, what I would also like to see, maybe starting next week, is Ethereum start to clearly outperform Bitcoin, because that will be the trigger, in my opinion, for the altcoin season before the Bitcoin halving. Now, and this is important to be said, okay? Just because the cycles have happened this way in the past, and just because they are repeating this time around, there is not a guarantee that we're going to see the same thing going forward, okay? The crowds are a bit smarter than they used to be, so they're starting to front run a little bit some of these events. But in any case, so far so good. We are just having a normal cycle. Now, will that be impacted by the ETF negatively? Will that, with the halving, prove to be the top? Will we basically underperform everything that is expected? I don't know. What I've done is position myself in such a way that I don't need Bitcoin $500,000. Bitcoin, even 100,000 is already good enough for me. So that's what I've done. So if people think, what if Bitcoin doesn't go up? In my opinion, that just tells me that, the person is not convicted on his choices. And so its positioning is lower than it probably should be in order to meet the targets that that said person wants to have. Now, of course, as you can imagine, I cannot give you any kind of financial advice whatsoever, but that is how I'm looking at things. So I have several brackets where the worst case scenario in my prediction is I will get a free house. So this is my worst scenario. My base case is financial independence. My dream case would be generational wealth, of course, which is what I'm aiming for. But so far, we are just repeating the previous cycles. We are just basically on schedule for everything. So in that context, I'm not really that concerned. Now, I want to also pay attention a bit closer to the stock market, in the sense that, as I've mentioned this before, when the Fed actually cuts rates, stocks have typically very bad sell-offs. And again, it's the same principle as the halving. Buy the rumor, so they price in the rate cuts. Once they happen, they sell off the event. Now, can we have a pure Bitcoin cycle or crypto cycle and have the stock market, falling 20%? I don't think so. I think we can have momentary disconnection. I think we can have, stocks going down crypto going up for 2, 3, 4 months. I don't think we can have. It's a little bit like with the bonds, as I mentioned, the bond market dictates the rest of the markets, yeah? But there are periods where bonds are going down and stocks are fairly stable. But those are typically short-lived. And those are when the bond market is falling, but it's to some degree stable. What I mean by that is it's falling, but it's falling like 0.3%. It's falling 0.4%. It's not falling 2.5% or 2%, right? When that happens, I don't think you can pinpoint stocks going up consistently if the bond market is in that environment. So this is what I mean also for the crypto market. Can stocks go down and crypto go up? Absolutely. Can stocks go very down and crypto go up? I don't think so. But to be honest, that hasn't happened on a consistent basis in the previous cycle. So that is the unknown that we need to see. It may well be the case that it is proven to be just like the rate hikes. Everyone was saying that, the crypto cycle will not happen until they cut rates again. There's not going to be, the cycle will not repeat itself because we just had cycles in rate cut environment. So this is the first time we have high rates. So basically crypto will fall because of that. Blah, blah, blah. All of these theories. And then at the end of the day, here we are at 45,000 on Bitcoin, right on cue, right in the beginning of January, before the end of the month. Let's see if it keeps that way. And I wanted to pinpoint something also very important. We kind of made this move with fairly low volume. Okay, so this week is still traditionally a bit of a low volume week. And then next week we should start to pick up on the real money coming back in from the holiday season, blah, blah, blah. And I want to see if that move can sustain itself with very high volume. You see, it's a little bit like, you may have noticed this, guys, for example, crypto moves over the weekend, right? And then it kind of traps everybody, and then it sells off quite sharply over the week when the real money comes in. I'm not saying that's what's happening here, but it can be the case that sometimes these low volume periods are pushed, the prices are pushed higher a bit artificially, and then they come back a little bit to reality. So that's my point. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm trying to see if the move can be sustained, if I see enough signs that the move is sustained. Otherwise, it's just a fake out, and we may need a few more weeks to get to the higher ranges. And with that, guys, there's not that much going on, but I just wanted to come out with the new video, the first video for the year. If you guys have been following the channel, you know that I've been waiting for this 45,000 mark for quite a while, so I'm looking at it very attentively. It just puts us on pace with the previous cycles, and of course I also want to start seeing Ethereum outperform a bit more clearly Bitcoin going forward in January and February. So it doesn't mean that the move of Ethereum versus Bitcoin needs to happen in January, but I would like to start see it happen and then happen eventually in February, and then we should have a very nice altcoin season kind of style in March to April. And with that, guys, I'll leave you be. Thank you very much for your support, and I'll catch you in the next one.